And good evening, everyone, and welcome into the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I'm your host, Russ Renault, and thanks for joining us again here on a Sunday night in Houston, Texas. Appreciate everybody coming in and joining us for a little post-fight UFC 295 recap. So we wanted to do the instant reaction last night, but plans changed a little bit, and was stuck out a little bit later than I expected, and didn't get a chance to get back in here and record the show. So we're doing it at our normal Sunday night time slot. Usually we're at 9, but pushing it back to 10 o'clock, and we're a little bit flexible here. But like I said, this is your show, and we want people to feel like they can be part of the show. You can be on the show and give us your thoughts and your opinions, and we just open it up and make this what you want it to be. So what we're going to do tonight is we've got a couple of things going on in the card front. So you see those two packages there. So those are a redemption that we got back from Panini this week, and some damaged cards that we got replacements for this week. So we're going to open up those, and those are sealed. I have not touched those since they came in because I wanted to save them for the show. I know what's inside of them, what's supposed to be inside of them, but we'll be surprised together and see what they came through with. Also, you see our stacks up there. We'll go through our hits again. We'll do that till they're all gone. You can buy anything on this show that you see, but we also have our little Islam Makhachev. There's a number card in there. We'll kind of go through what we have, just like we've done the last few weeks with Tom Aspinall and Michael Chandler. We did Khabib Nurmagomedov last week, and we've got Islam Makhachev this week. We've got Khamzat Chimaev. We've got Shavkat Rakhmonov. We'll go through all of those over the next few weeks. So the rest of this year, we've got 5 shows left. We're going to go through UFC 296, December 16th. We're going to do that instant reaction that night, and then we're going to take a break. Just as the UFC does, we're going to take a break till January. So that'll be the end of Season 1 here on the UFC Fight Cards podcast. And I just appreciate all the people who have made it what it is. And if you want to be a part of it, subscribe. And, we're here every week after every fight. And we started the instant reactions last week. Wanted to do it again this week. Just didn't work out. But we're going to plan on doing that going forward on Saturday nights. So if you see anything on the show that you want to buy, you want to reach out to the show, you can go to our website, orange-fire.com. You can reach me directly. My email address, russ@orange-fire.com. You can find us on X, @FightCardsRuss and @OrangeFireMedia. Finding me on Facebook, my personal page, also the Orange Fire Media page. And, the best place to find our cards, besides the show itself, the best place to find is, to buy cards on the show. But if you miss out on something, usually everything's listed on eBay. You can go to our eBay store. That's Orange Fire Lots of Lots. Kind of took everything down last week because I'm going to resubmit everything for Christmas. Just want to give it a refresh and put our stuff back up. So the only thing that's on there right now is that Tom Aspinall lot that we showed you a couple of weeks ago. That's the first time it's ever been listed. So there's 4 autographs. There's 8 numbered cards. There's a whole bunch of rookie parallels in there. It's over 40 Tom Aspinall cards, and we'll get to why that's so important here in just a second. So if you're just joining us for the first time, the 2 things we do is we talk about the most recent fight. We talk about the upcoming fight cards, the schedule, and then we get into trading cards in the last half of the show. And what we spend time doing, we don't break down the fights. Technically, what we do is we kind of, talk about them as it relates to that weight division, what we can see moving forward, how it relates to the trading card hobby, which fighters are hottest, and who everybody's collecting. And, we go through our hobby top 5 in the middle of the show to show the fighters that are the most popular in the collector's world. And then we go through, the cards that we have. We opened a whole bunch of hobby boxes earlier this year. Now we're just kind of going through trying to move that inventory and see what happens in Season 2 in 2024. So that's the intro of the show. So now let's get to UFC 295 from Madison Square Garden in New York. Last night we saw, a lot of stuff that turned some tables over last night. And let's just start with that main event. It was supposed to be Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic heavyweight championship on the line between the overall greatest of all time, Jon Jones, and the heavyweight greatest of all time, Stipe Miocic. Everybody's looking forward to that. But I believe that we got a better fight between the two fighters, in their prime in the co-main event. But let's talk about that main event first. So the huge result for Alex Pereira. He is now the light heavyweight champion of the world, a 2-division champ, only 9th in UFC history. So he defeats Yuri Prochazka with a TKO in the second round. So this was a fight that Prochazka was in control of in the first round, showed some good things, and was probably winning that first round, won the first round on the scorecard. But then Alex Pereira, the power. That's why he is so dangerous. And Yuri left that left hand low, and Pereira, with that counter strike, the right hand, just caught him on the chin and got the job done, got the finish. And there's a lot saying there's an early stoppage or, that stuff. But then Yuri came in and said he was out. That Pereira got him. So hats off to Yuri for being honest. So no controversy there coming from Yuri's mouth, if you want to listen to it that way. So Alex Pereira, awesome result. So what's going forward for him? We'll find out. There's a few ways you could go with that. Just some of the names on the list. We know that Yuri, who knows what's going to happen. Alex Pereira calling out Adesanya, that's probably not going to happen. Izzy's going to take a long time off. Probably not going to move back up to light heavyweight again and try it at 205 again. So you kind of look down the line. Got a matchup coming up. Possibly it is announced now. It is official as of last night. Jan Blachowicz and Alexander Rakic. So that's a possibility. Winner of that fight. There's always Ankalaev just hanging out there. You run it back, him and Johnny Walker. Who knows with those two? Just a lot of things you could do at light heavyweight now. Of course, it all depends on when Jamal Hill gets healthy. He's going to get first crack at this when he gets healthy. So he said that April. I was listening to him on Believe You Me podcast, Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith the other day, and Jamal Hill said he could be ready to go March, April, and so we'll see. I think it's a little quick. It would just being an Achilles injury, but if he's able to get that done and get back in the spring, then we're all for it. And so we'll see him face off against Alex Pereira sometime March, April, somewhere around then. So that's UFC 300. Who doesn't want to be on that card? That we've gone right up to it, and we'll talk about the rest of that here in a little bit. We've got a main event at 299. So we'll have to see what happens at UFC 300. I'm sure it's going to be a huge card. So hats off, Alex Pereira getting the TKO. Obviously, in this show, if you've been around any amount of time, you know that I'm a huge Tom Aspinall fan, and this is one of the surprises for me because usually in the main events, co-main events, they do not go the way I would like them to as a fan. This one was the exception, and I'm really happy because he is one of my favorite fighters, Tom Aspinall. First round knockout of the polar bear, Sergey Pavlovich, and just an awesome performance, just running through a guy that was so dangerous that everybody was scared of. Not Tom Aspinall. And to do it injured, he said he was after the fight that he was injured, told Lorisenko that he had pulled a muscle in his back, hadn't really trained the last 10 days, so just phenomenal performance, and just the sky's the limit for Tom Aspinall going forward, because you'd love to see him fight John Jones, because who knows how long John Jones is going to be around when John recovers from this injury. And that's going to take a while. When he comes back, is he going to fight Stipe? Is he going to fight Aspinall? This could go a whole bunch of directions. So Aspinall's going to have to hang in there and see what happens. Cyril Gane wants that shot, and I think it's probably what should happen. Just see Tom Aspinall go through Cyril Gane. I'd like to see him run it back with Curtis Blades. Let's see that fight, in its entirety. You could go Blades and Almeida. That was a fight that was supposed to happen last week, but Derek Lewis had to step in. Curtis Blades was injured, so a lot of things could happen at heavyweight at this point. A lot of names out there that have fought recently So a lot of things ahead for Tom Aspinall. We can see some huge events going forward. Really kind of a surprise to me, but, Jessica Andrade with her back against the wall last night, getting the job done. Women's strawweight matchup, she's ranked number 6, Mackenzie Dern ranked number 8. And Mackenzie Dern had just looked so good in her last fight, just dominating. She just got taken to her. And Jessica Andrade coming up with a huge performance with a knockout in the second round and just kept the pressure on Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie got a few shots in there, but Jessica was on a mission. And you hear them both talk about it, both going through divorces, very publicly, in the MMA world. So Jessica Andrade touched on hers this week, that her fights have been paying for that. Mackenzie Dern, same thing. In her last fight, she said the same thing. So a lot of emotion for those two going into this fight. And Jessica Andrade putting herself back into the picture after some knockouts and decisions that did not go her way the last few fights. Also, we saw a pretty exciting lightweight matchup. Benoit Saint-Denis getting a knockout of Matt Frevola in the first round. Beautiful head kick. And Benoit Saint-Denis with 2 straight just phenomenal performances. This one over a ranked opponent, so you should see him ranked this week when those come out on Tuesday. Great things coming up for him. May see him turn around here pretty quick. Maybe he's ready to go do something in Toronto. Get on that card. That one's stacking up to be pretty solid on UFC 297, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But great performance. Love to see him get back to Canada and make that a more exciting card as well. And something I've been talking about here for the last few weeks since this fight was announced, Diego Lopes defeating Pat Sabatini with a TKO in the first round. And like I said, this guy is the top rookie in the 2024 product when those come out. So if you're looking for the next thing, you're looking for the next Bo Nickel, the next Shavkat, this guy is it. So get your hands on as many Diego Lopes cards as you can going into next year. So just everything that he has done so far has just been nothing short of amazing. Looked great in a loss to Evloev. That was his debut in the UFC on short notice. So he got that pass, and I think that'd be a much different fight if he could do that right now. I think that would go a different way. And so very impressive with, somebody to watch in the featherweight division. He could shoot up there, and it looks like Volk's going to be hanging around for featherweight for a while now. So that could be something to look for down the road. A couple of other fights featuring ranked fighters. Steve Erceg defeating Alessandro Costa in a flyweight matchup, unanimous decision. That was the only decision on the main card. Everything after that was the first fight on the main card, and then everything after that was a knockout. So pretty exciting for the people who paid for that last night to watch and get to see that, all those knockouts in succession. That's what people, who don't always watch UFC, that's what they tune in for. So they got their money's worth last night. The rest of us, we just kind of enjoy watching the show, no matter, how it ends. We just like to see good fights. Women's strawweight matchup, Lupi Godinez, who's been red hot lately, getting a decision over Tabitha Ricci. Split decision, kind of controversial there. Lupi Godinez 29-28 on 2 of the scorecards, and the other one 30-27 for Tabitha Ricci. So kind of perplexing there how it went that way, but at least the right fighter ended up with the decision. I'm a huge Baby Shark fan, but this fight belonged to Lupi Godinez, and look for big things out of her in the next few months. Getting her 4th win in a calendar year, and that has never been done before. So impressive for her to get that done. Great story there. I read this week. If you haven't looked into her story, go check that out and just see her background going from Mexico to Vancouver, Canada, and kind of making it with her family. So great story if you want to check that out. So nothing else really of note as far as rankings, rookies in this product this year. John Castaneda was rookie in this 2023 product. He got a win last night, so that was good to see. We moved a John Castaneda autograph earlier this year. Had some numbered cards of him. So getting in the win column in the bantamweight division. And so we move on to next week's event. So Saturday, fight night from the Apex in Las Vegas. A great main event in the middleweight division. Number 10, Brendan Allen, and number 13, Paul Craig, relative newcomer to middleweight after moving down from light heavyweight. So looking forward to this one. It should be really good. Michael Morales, Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews, one of the better rookies in 2023 products. Chase Hooper, Jordan Levitt. Let's see what else we got. Got a women's strawweight matchup at top 15. Number 9, Luana Pinheiro. She's a rookie in the products. And then she's facing number 11, Amanda Ribas. Look down the rest of the card, looking for the rookies. Don't see any more on there. So we will move on to Fight Night right here in Texas, in Austin, December 2nd. And it's pretty stacked for a Fight Night card. And this is great for Austin. Lightweight main event. Number 4, Beneil Dariush against number 8, Arman Tsarukyan. Really looking forward to that. We've got a lightweight matchup. Number 9, Dan Hooker. Number 12, Bobby Green. Bobby Green looked great last time out with that win over Grant Dawson. So looking to do the same thing to Dan Hooker, and I think that he might. Wasn't real impressed with Hooker's performance. It was gutsy, but it was not pretty. So he could have easily lost his last time out. So also bantamweight matchup, interesting one here with number 8 Rob Font taking on the former flyweight champion Davison Figueiredo. So that one's nice little matchup there, and a debut at bantamweight for Figueiredo, and also a top 15 welterweight matchup between number 9 Sean Brady, number 11 Kelvin Gastelum, and we've also got light heavyweight ranked fighter Khalil Roundtree, number 11 facing Azamat Murzakanov. Then you go a little bit further down the card, women's bantamweight matchup, top 15 former champion Miesha Tate, number 12 against number 13 Julia Avila, and you've got a former, let's see, who else we got? Middleweight, Zachary, Cody Brundage. Yeah, I mean, it's just a great Fight Night card coming up in Austin. So that's right here in our state. I wish I could make it out there. Maybe a little bit later when the kids get older. We make those road trips. So we do have Fight Night on December 9th from Shanghai, China. Do not know the main event there yet. So waiting to hear what that's going to be. We'd love to see, Yan Xiaonan challenge Zhang Weili for the title, because Zhang Weili said that the only way she would want to fight Yan Xiaonan would be in China. And so I don't know that if they don't fight at this event that you can make this happen anytime soon after this, unless they just turn around and go back to China really quickly, which I don't think would happen. But we'll keep an eye on it. And maybe they're just in talks and trying to get that done. So then we get to the last event of 2023, UFC 296, December 16th in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. And a huge welterweight matchup that we've been waiting for a while. The champion Leon Edwards against the number 2 ranked contender Colby Covington. Then a flyweight championship matchup between the champion Alessandro Pantoja against number 4 Brandon Royval. Welterweight matchup. This one's just really looking forward to seeing Shavkat back in action. Shavkat Rakhmonov, number 6 against number 7 Stephen Thompson. Lightweight matchup between Tony Ferguson and Paddy Pimblett. This one's kind of fell out of the news lately, but just with everything else going on. But, still interesting for a lot of reasons. Tony Ferguson trying to get into the win column, and Paddy Pimblett trying to prove himself after a controversial decision win his last time out. And, he had the injury, so we haven't seen Paddy in a while. And so that's all these storylines around that fight what make it so interesting. And, we've got another welterweight matchup, number 8, Vicente Luque against number 10, Ian Gary. Featherweight matchup, number 6, Josh Emmett against number 8, Giga Chikadze. There's so many ranked fights on this card. Light heavyweight matchup, number 14, Alonzo Minifield, number 15, Dustin Jacoby. which if that one makes it out of the first minute, I will be surprised. Somebody's going to knock somebody out in that fight pretty quickly. Heavyweight matchup, number 15 Martin Buday against Shamil Gaziev. And we got a women's bantamweight matchup, top 10. This is all the way down the card. Number 5 Irina Aldana against number 9 Carol Hossa. Got Randy Brown. We got a rookie of Randy Brown that we'll show here in a little bit. Rookie auto, by the way. And then a flyweight matchup, number 13 Tagir Ulanbekov is in action. And women's flyweight matchup, number 14 Casey O'Neill taking on Ariane Lipsky. And then the last fight on the card is a former bantamweight champion, Cody Garbrandt, taking on Brian Kelleher. So just a really stacked 296 card to finish off the year. And we've also had a lot of stuff announced this week, and so we've got a pretty full lineup for UFC 297, January 20th in Toronto. And so they announced a championship matchup in the middleweight division between Sean Strickland and the number 1 contender, Dricus du Plessis. Women's bantamweight matchup with the vacant title on the line between number 2 Raquel Pennington, number 3 Mayra Bueno Silva. And light heavyweight top 5 matchup, number 4 Jan Blachowicz against number 5 Alexander Rakic. So this was the one we were talking about earlier. Maybe the winner of this fight gets a chance at Pereira if Jamal Hill's not ready to go here pretty quickly. And this is a matchup that Rakic was injured the last time he fought Blachowicz, and this was probably 2 years ago. And Rakic is coming back off that injury, and so coming back against the person he was injured against, and it was a good fight up to that point before Rakic got hurt and ended up losing that one. So pretty cool to see him get that chance to get that one back against Blachowicz. So featherweight division, number 4 Arnold Allen against number 9 Movsar Evloev. We got Charles Jourdain against Sean Woodson. Good welterweight matchup here against number 13 Neil Magny and Mike Malott. I like Mike Malott a lot in this fight. No pun intended, but I just think Mike Malott has a lot going for him right now. Being back in Canada again, just really fed off that crowd last time, and I expect that again here. Light heavyweight division, number 13 Dominic Reyes against Carlos Ulberg. I like Ulberg in this one. That's going to be tough for Reyes. It's going to be a tough night. Then we got a middleweight matchup, number 14 Chris Curtis against Marc-Andre Barreau. And then we get, the fights that were announced. We got the main events. We don't have anything else for these cards. We don't know a date or a location yet, but we do know the matchups. So UFC 298 is going to be the featherweight title on the line. Alexander Volkanovski against number 5 Ilia Topuria, matchup that I think we've all been looking forward to seeing Volk just add to that featherweight defense. And this one's going to be a little bit different, coming off that knockout from Islam last month. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. Just knowing that Volkanovski is coming off that knockout loss. So then we got UFC 299, also no location, no date yet, but we know the Bantamweight Championship is going to be on the line. The champion, Sugar Sean O'Malley, against number 6, Cheeto Vera, in a rematch of O'Malley's only loss. So we'll see him take on Cheeto whenever that is announced. So we'll have that as soon as we hear something. So, and then we learned, because we'd seen preliminary reports that we're going to see Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira at some point. So we're going to see this rematch. And they said that Islam's camp said that he would fight in March. And so that would, line up with UFC 299. So maybe 300. So we'll see what happens there and see that lightweight title on the line. So we'll just look for a date on that one, see some other things that are announced and coming up. So we'll see how that goes. So now's the part of the show where we get into the UFC Fight Cards Hobby Top 5 and tell you about the top 5 fighters in the hobby right now. So let's take a look at that. Just people who are being collected right now the most, And so we go through that every week. And number 5, we haven't updated it from last week yet. So number 5 is Aaron Blanchfield. We may change that. Tom Aspinall may be sneaking in there after this week, but we'll have to see the trends, how they go this week. Number 4 is Khamzat Chimaev. After that victory over Usman a couple of weeks ago. Number 3 is top rookie from last year's products, Shavkat Rakhmonov, with a big fight coming up against Wonderboy. Number 2 is top rookie from this year. That, of course, is Bo Nickel. And then number 1, coming off the Bantamweight Championship victory, is Sugar Sean O'Malley. So we take one more look at that. Go from 1 to 5. Sean O'Malley, Bo Nickel, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Khamzat Chimaev, and Aaron Blanchfield. So we do that every week. Hobby Top 5, and like I said, Tom Aspinall may have moved in there after last night's performance. Maybe even Alex Pereira. I mean, who knows? But he did have that loss to Izzy. It kind of knocked him down a peg on our board. So let's go through these mystery boxes first. We're going to open the one that we got first. These are the replacement cards that we got. So I'd sent off Anderson Silva. I mean, nothing crazy. This is an Anderson. I just want to see how the process works. So I sent off an Anderson Silva Global Icon Shimmer. And so got that one back. So they replaced that one. That one, it had like a dimple on his face where the shimmer shone through. So got a clean one there. So Anderson Silva Global Icons Shimmer. And then they sent me this one as well, which is pretty cool. Didn't have to do this one, but they sent me this Khamzat Chimaev Phenomenon Shimmer as well. So that's just a throw-in that they put in there. So appreciate that. Panini trying to make things right. We're going to kind of keep our eye on how things go with Panini going forward. But it, kind of filling all these redemptions make it feel like, something's going to be announced here at the beginning of the year. So now this should be our BJ Penn auto redemption. So we told you about this when we pulled that, and you'll see the redemption card. Protected this one a lot better than the other ones. Let's read this. Oh, wow. So this is really going to be a surprise. Y'all are going to love this. So here's the note in here, and I'll read it for those of you who can't see it. Dear valued collector, thank you for your continued support of Panini America Incorporated and your patience. Unfortunately, we are unable to provide you with a redemption card that you have entered into your Panini America account. Please accept the enclosed replacement card, which is of equal or higher value, and our sincere apologies. Not what they said in the email. So let's see. It's supposed to be a BJ Penn champion signatures. So let's see what we got. Still a BJ. That's interesting. So we got a BJ Penn UFC legendary from Prism. So this one is not numbered either, but this one is encased. So a better deal there, I believe. Absolutely. So that's weird that still ended up being BJ Penn. Just couldn't fill the redemption. So this is actually 2022. That's why, it got something equal value. So 2022 Prism there, BJ Penn. So we'll take that. Same fighter. And actually got a nice little case out of that. So we'll put that with our BJ Penns that we show you here in just a second in our Prism recap. But first, let's go through what we have from Select. These are cards we pulled on the show. And we start off with the Select, what I think is the best card we have left from this year is this Select Purple Jack Della Maddalena auto. That's number 49. We've also got a Jack Della Maddalena rated rookie Donruss auto. And then we throw in purple press proof and some base, Prism and Donruss base cards that we have. We got Alexander Rakic with the Sparks. And that's numbered to 99. So memorabilia card there. And like I said, we throw in cards with these. Like you pay for this one, but you get all this other stuff. Rakic, the silver, and the base cards. We just throw a press proof in there. We throw all that stuff in there. This one's not numbered, but Billy Quarantillo, another Sparks memorabilia card. And then our last numbered card in Select, Fernand Robo Rookie, red. And those are numbered to 175. So that's our Select that we have left. And we go over to our Donruss. We kind of put these together by lot, so there'll be some other things thrown in there. Start off with Marvin Vettori. We've got the Donruss auto, but we've also got Prism auto. Put those together, and then some other Vettori cards to go with those. Then Damon Jackson, Blue Hollow Laser auto, rated rookie, numbered to 25. Got some press proofs put in there. Also, Silver Prism. And Jeff Neal. Got a teal numbered to 25. Got an orange numbered to 99. We got a Blue Wave to throw in there. Then we got Dean Thomas, Blue Hollow Laser. Jared Cannonier, got a blue and a red, so number to 49, number to 75. Some other Cannonier cards to throw in. Got the Ruby Wave, Blue Velocity, so even some stuff back to 2020. The Topps Chronicles. And that's actually just the Topps from 2020 2015s are the other Chronicles we have. Mike Brown with a red hollow laser. Teal press proof if you need it. Then Vulcan Ozdemir, red hollow laser. It also gets you a tricolor from Select, a silver from Select. And let's tear through these. Jack Shore, silver. Alexander Romanov, Rene Aldana, also with a Hyper Prism. Octagon Royalty, memorabilia card of Magomed Ankalaev. Also got a silver rookie from 2021, Magomed Ankalaev, Blue Velocity. I got a little Chronicles black thrown in there. And Michel Pereira, Octagon Canvas. Octagon Royalty of Rafael dos Anjos. And that'll get you Ruby Wave as well. And what we have the most left of is Prism. We went through a whole case of that. So divvy those up. Don't know exactly how I had these sorted from last time. Pretty interesting. So I'm really starting from I don't know where on these. Let me get to a better place on these. There we go. That makes more sense. So let's go with these. So like I said, we got a Randy Brown auto. It comes with silver. And we got our lowest numbered card that we have left, Macy Chason. The Octagon Prism, that's 8 of 8. And also a Ruby Wave. This is the other redemption that we're waiting on. So hopefully you hear something this week on this one. Israel Adesanya throwback signatures, and that was also get you a purple and a red and a purple and an orange. Get my colors right. So number to 99 and 149 on those, and we'll throw the auto in. We get it. Like I said, this was the BJ Penn redemption, so we can cash that in. So we'll put this back with this. So like I said, now we've got this as the centerpiece of that lot, along with a red hollow laser, number to 75. I've got Hall Monitor Silver, got the green retail, and just a lot of other BJ Penn we can throw in there as well. And this goes all the way back to that 2015 Chronicles. So nice little BJ Penn lot we have going there, and that one can finally go get listed on eBay, or somebody can claim that one here on the show. So let's go through these. Little Pedro Munoz orange and a hyper, Glover Teixeira orange, Mario Bautista the purple and a silver, Jonathan Pierce rookies, we got a purple, Ruby Wave, hyper, and a silver. We had an orange. We sold that one a while back. Got a Carlos Esparza purple plus a cracked ice. So that one, a little bonus there. And then just some other throw-ins. Blue Velocity, bunch of Carla cards, even some back to 2015 as well. Little John Jones lot, starting with the blue. We got a tricolor and a silver from Select. Also got a Snapshots. The base, we've got a silver Dominance. So there's our John Jones. Chito Vera fighting for the bantamweight title next year. Blue Prism, a hyper, and also a blue hollow laser. Dustin Poirier, blue. Optic Purple Flood, silver, and whatever Dustin Poirier that we have left. It's quite a bit. Some back to 2020 and 2015. So then the rest of the numbered cards, Yana Kunitskaya, Tisha Torres, blue, Lucas Almeida, got a few, blue, Ruby Wave, and we got 3 silvers of Lucas Almeida. Like I said, I'll be relisting everything on eBay, but cheaper option is to get them here on the show. Red, Saeed Yakub Kakramanov. And we ended up with these back-to-back hobby boxes out of the case. 2 red Frankie Edgars. Also silver thrown in there. Jack Hermanson with a red and a hyper, a silver, a hyper from last year. Dominic Reyes, red, and a tricolor. Piotr Jan, red, and a silver from last year. We got a silver Flux from Chronicles, purple Flood, bunch of Piotr Jan. We've got one back to 2020 with a Decades Next. Then our last cards, Carol Hossa, red, and Jennifer Maya, red, and a hyper. So like I said, we'll be relisting everything for the holidays. Got some time for Thanksgiving to get that done and give some people some holiday deals. So then we'll get to our, well, that was not good. Always turn down the microphone when I put these away. I didn't do it this time and paid for it. So just give me a second here. clean this mess up. All right. Okay, so here we go with Islam Makhachev. I mean, it's not crazy. Nothing like we had with Tom Aspinall and Michael Chandler. We got slabbed autos of those two that we showed off. This is just Islam. This is it's a teal prism, number 49. Really good shape. Really good card. So that is just, one of the best fighters in the world right now. With John Jones out, he is the pound for pound number one. So we've got this, semi, right in that range. Some people look for 25 and under. Some people look for 99 and under. So right there in the middle of 49. But just some base cards and to go along with it. You got some all outs. Got an elite from last year. Some optic. Got the contenders. And you got some playoff back to 2021. Then all the way back to 2020. So, nothing crazy. Just wanted to show that we had that one Islam numbered card we've been holding on to for a while. Don't have this one listed. Haven't listed this one yet, but it'll be listed with all these others. Those would be throw-in cards for this one. So, there you go. Islam, number to 49. So kind of exciting to get some stuff in the mail this week and show it off to you. And glad you were able to stop by and see it. Like I said, we're going to be listing a whole bunch of stuff. So like I said, go to the eBay store, Orange Fire Lots of Lots. And if you see anything you like, you can buy it there. You can reach out to me. Like I said, the website is orange-fire.com. And my email address, russ@orange-fire.com. And like I said, everything on here is available for you to purchase. We don't do trades anymore, but just we give good deals. So you can be rest assured that this is the place to be and find your cards. So it was an exciting weekend with UFC 295, and we'll be looking forward to Fight Night coming up this weekend with Brendan Allen taking on Paul Craig. We'll be here, and hopefully we'll do the instant reaction right after the fights next weekend. As soon as they go off, we'll come on, jump on. So if you want to be part of that, just subscribe. You'll always know when the show's coming on, because we try to stick with top of the hour, doing it Sunday night or Saturday night, and just keep it consistent. And now I think we're going to be moving forward with instant reactions. Just got a little bit later this weekend, wasn't able to do it, but that's what our plan is. But if you subscribe, it doesn't matter. And you'll also be entered into our card giveaways. We've been talking about those. We've got a lot of good fighters, former champions, and current champions. And we've put together lots of those. And there's a number card in all of those, and we're going to be giving those away at some point. So we hope that you join us and that you continue to watch UFC Fight Cards podcast. So I'm Russ Renaud. Thanks for joining us again here on Sunday night and beginning your week here. We hope you have a great week, and we will see you again next week after next week's fight from the Apex. So we'll see you. Good night, and thank you for listening to the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media.